Yeah. Brief conversation with Paul would reveal that he spent a lot of time, and as we've heard, exploring new attitudes and ways of being. His daughter Sasha has attempted to extract some of those in the next reading.
Is that a good synopsis?
Hello. First of all, I wanted to thank everybody who supported us while Dad was unwell, so giving us flowers or making food or just sending loving texts and emails and Facebooks. We got a lot of support and it was really appreciated. And obviously we're all here to celebrate Dad's life. And although his physical body is gone, his spirit lives on. And Dad believed in reincarnation. Those of you who know Dad would know that. He believed that we all have shared past lives together. And I remember one day I was at the chemist shop. We spent quite a bit of time at the chemist shop because I have the yoga studio downstairs. And while I was quite pregnant with my son, I said to Dad, do you want to talk to the baby? And he put his hands on my belly and said, hello baby, I can't wait to meet you. And then he stopped and said, we've actually met before, to me. And I said, what? And he said, yeah, we've met before. We've shared lives together before. Most of the people that you are really close with, you've shared past lives together. And he really believed this. And I said, oh, yeah, that's good. And I really like the thought that if you loved Dad and if you were close with him, your lives will intertwine again sometime along the line in the future. And I never really knew anyone close to me that died before. And I always thought it would be terribly depressing. But I was really wrong with the experience that we just went through. At times, of course, it was really heartbreaking and it was hard, but equally it was beautiful. We got to really appreciate each other in the last months that Dad was sick and tell each other that we love each other and just spend hours and hours together and just really be grateful for each other, my dad and all of his kids. A few people have commented on how well we took care of Dad. And for us, for the kids, I don't even think we thought about it. It was easy, it was effortless, it was instinctual to take care of him, a pleasure, because we loved him so much. And as his physical body broke down, and when he did finally let go and die, there was an extreme sense of peace that I felt, and that I'm sure he felt as well. And one of Dad's favourite spiritual teachers, Eckhart Tolle, has a little insert on death and dying that I thought it might be appropriate to read this morning. That I found on the Eckhart Tolle website. So we all know that everything is temporary, everything is transient, everything is impermanent. It's the very nature of the universe that things are born, they live their life, they fulfill their purpose, and then they die. It's no secret, we all know this. So Eckhart says, and it's a little bit wordy, so I hope you can follow it. In the proximity of death, there is always that grace hiding underneath that seemingly negative event. Death in our civilization is seen as entirely negative, as if it shouldn't be happening. Because it's denied, people are shocked when somebody dies, as if it's not possible. We do not live with the familiarity of death, as some more ancient cultures still do. The familiarity of death isn't there. Everything is hidden, the dead body is hidden. As the conscious is changing, this is Eckhart talking, he likes to talk about conscious changing a lot, so did my dad. I feel that more and more death will become an important part of the evolutionary process, the process of the arising consciousness on our planet. At any age, the form can dissolve. Even if you are very young, you may encounter death close to you. At any age, it is extremely helpful to become familiar with or comfortable with the impermanence of the physical form. It is the contemplation of death and the acceptance of the impermanent nature of the human form that opens up if you accept it. Do not intellectualize it. Do not come to some kind of conclusion about it. Just stay with the simple fact of the impermanence of the human form and accept that for what it is without going any further. And this is where it gets a little bit wordy, so hopefully you can follow. With the contemplation, of the impermanence of the human form, something very deep and peaceful opens up inside you. When you accept the impermanence, out of that comes an opening within, which is beyond form. You completely accept the impermanence of all forms. That is why it is so deeply peaceful to contemplate death. Thank you.
Appreciate everyone's getting a bit warm up here, out here. So the next speaker, or second last, is Paul's firstborn child. Paul was so excited after having Jackie, he wanted to have 6 more kids. Took him 3 wives, he got there in the end. The two have been planning, Jack's been planning this with Dad. So any constructive feedback, see her afterwards.
As you've heard, Paul loved the sea, and this meant that as kids we spent many, many hours at the beach waiting for Dad to come in from the surf. He was an adventurer, and with my own kids I find myself doing what he did with us, giving them experiences rather than things. Hang on. I've seen people struggle with these and always thought, surely it's obvious. Okay. When I was in year 10, I asked him for a formal... he would give us experiences and he would never spend any money on it. But when I was in year 10, I asked him for a formal dress to contribute to my formal dress, and he said no, but he offered to buy me a surfboard. And he was always taking us somewhere, skiing, theme parks, beach holidays, exploring nature, took us skydiving, family paintball. But this wasn't just for our benefit. Dad loved this stuff as well. He loved going on the biggest roller coaster, down the black runs, trying to unsuccessfully hit the high notes in a Beach Boys chorus. I've long suspected that Dad had so many children because he wanted playmates. There are, though, some experiences that I probably won't share with my kids. I probably won't take them to a nude beach when they are a body-conscious 10-year-old and take my gear off. I probably won't heckle loudly at any kind of stage performance, like comedy, Broadway musicals, even going to the movies, even like out of Africa. And I probably won't try to spice up their 21st by lacing the cocktails with pharmaceutical-grade alcohol, which might lead to mass vomiting from anyone who had a daiquiri. But I certainly do feel blessed to have had such a crazy-ass dad. From now on, Christmas and birthdays are going to be much quieter, because now no one's going to buy the loudest, weirdest toys from the $2 shop for my children. When Dad found out he was sick, he didn't want to die. And I felt like that he didn't want to leave life's party while it was in full swing. But eventually he accepted that this was his time, and he was at peace with that. He had no regrets about his life and told me that life is a miracle. Since his passed, I've been overwhelmed to hear how much Paul meant to so many people. People have contacted me to say how he helped them in different times and in different ways. That they were touched by his gentleness and integrity, that he was such a good man, of his quiet acts of kindness, of his love for everyone in his community, and people have told me that my dad was one of their favourite people. Dad's death is made easier by knowing that he has had such a great life. Any of us here would be lucky to have a life as full as my dad's, to make a difference to so many people, to be as loved as he was, and to be as happy as Paul was. And I feel also that we are so lucky to have been touched by Paul Fitzgerald.
As you have all heard and know well, there's a lot of love for my dad. We all feel privileged to have spent what time we had with him, especially over the last 5 months. I'd like to also thank everyone for their support. I know it brought Dad great joy to see everyone band together and appreciate him for all that he's done for us. This is a celebration in his honour, of his memory and for his presence. We're at his favourite beach. We've sung some of his favourite songs. We've listened to a reading from Eckhart Tolle, who Dad appreciated and admired. We look forward to returning him to the sea in honour for his love of the ocean and surfing. And now, we, his children, would like to acknowledge his favourite quote in the song, "All you need is love." I love you, my dad.
Nothing you can see that can't be shown. Nothing you can know that can't be known. No way you can be, and this is where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All together now. All you need is love. Everybody. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. 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 Love is all you need.
Thank you. You can get our single after this. Some of you will be thankful to know that's all we've got. But I want to leave. So as I mentioned, there's going to be a what have we got?
Paddle out.
There's going to be a paddle out for the council's benefit, where Al will be doing a small ceremony, and for those who can't, I'll let you be the judge of whether this is to your liking. You can watch it from the surf club, where there'll be a wake with food and drinks. I'll leave the final word to Paul, as per his profile on the beast. It's a beautiful world with beautiful people. Thanks for helping us remember one of them today. Thanks for coming.